Good morning everyone, welcome back to the allotment. It's Saturday the 18th of February today. I thought I'd start with a slightly different view of the plot. I normally kind of start over by the shed, but today I thought I'd stand over here. Reason being, I wanted to show you the broccoli first up. So if we can just get a good view of that. As you can see, really starting to head up now, which is good. These are planted back late summer, early autumn, along with cabbages and cauliflowers. Now, I'm pretty sure the collies are doing quite well, although I can't see the same kind of heads on them at the moment that the broccoli have got, but that's fine. The cabbages, however, not so well, at least not that variety. And there's one or two in there that aren't too bad. They're a bit on the small side, but not what I hoped, and certainly not as doing as well as the collies and the broccoli, so we shall see. As I think I said last year, I'm trying to pick the varieties that I know grow well on this site. I think some just don't grow well at all, and I don't think it's anything to do with the quality of the plant or the seed. I think it's just they don't get on in this soil type. Rhubarb's starting to come through. I generally don't force rhubarb, I just let it grow. So we probably won't get anything off of that until well, mid to late March, I would have thought, at the moment, depending on what weather we get. It's been fairly just damp and misty, really. It's been quite mild. Haven't had a lot of snow and frost, really. We had a week, but the week before last, I think, where it was very frosty most days, but that was kind of the exception that proves the rule. Onions and garlic are doing quite well. I'm quite pleased with those. They've got more or less, I think, probably about 90 to 95% germination, which I'm really pleased with, particularly in this bit of the plot. I think if you go back a few videos, if you can find the one where these were planted, I said, you can see this on the video, but there's a trench. I've dug a trench, or at least a ditch, all the way around the edge, and kind of raised this up a little bit just to get these in, purely because I know in previous years this has flooded really badly on this corner. That said, we've had a fairly dry winter by my standards. What I'm going to try and do today is move that cloche over to here and probably put another plastic cloche out. Not going to plant anything under them, I'm purely moving them to start warming the soil up a bit, because I've got onion pillules that need to go out fairly soon, and also someone's given me some Stuttgarter giant onion sets, if that makes sense. So they're the Stuttgarter giant onions, but they're in sets rather than seeds. So I've got a few of those to go in as well, and what I thought I would do is, got onions here, I'll put something like a row of carrots in, and then a row of the onion pillules or the Stuttgarter sets, or both, just to kind of hide the carrots from the carrot fly. I'm not going to do, I've done various experiments with carrots the last couple of seasons. I've done some in potato sacks, and I've done some in drain pipes, and they were fine, but they're not. I'm just going to try and hide them this year. They grow much better and they taste much better if they're grown in the soil. So that's plan for today. I'm also going to probably dig the last of the parsnips. I think I showed digging some of those in a previous video, so I'll dig the last of those, and I think I might dig up the rainbow chard, because I don't think, you can probably see it's suffered quite badly. I don't know whether it's just a bit more exposed there, but normally I don't have much of an issue with this and can overwinter it, but it's starting to get a as you can see, pretty far gone in places, and I think we've probably had the last of what we're going to have off of it. I might leave the end couple of plants there just on the basis that they look the best, but we'll see. So that's kind of the plan for today, and then depending on how time goes and how wet the ground is, because it still seems to be quite wet, I want to do a bit of weeding around the broad beans, because you can see there's clumps of grass and things and just weeds generally, and I need to give them as good an opportunity to grow as possible, but I don't want to get on there and compact the soil if it's still too wet. So we'll see. I can probably work around it to an extent in most places, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, that's it for now. I might tag a little bit more on the end of this when I've done some of those jobs, just so you can see what I'm talking about. But for now at least, I hope wherever you are, you're having a good weekend. Thank you very much for watching this, and thank you very much for all the comments that I've had on the kind of last couple of videos. They do mean a lot, and I do try and respond to all of them as soon as I can, although don't necessarily get to them straight away at the moment because things are fairly hectic, as I've talked about before. But they do mean a great deal, so thank you very much. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care now. Bye bye. So that's the cloches done, the last of the parsnips dug, and the rainbow chard removed, and I've also managed to weed round the broad beans, or at least as much as I can get to without treading on the ground too much. So it's quite wet, but the weeds are coming out easily, but obviously if you put a foot on the wet soil, you just sink in and compact it. So I'll have to do it again, I expect, but at least for now it's looking a little bit clearer, and at least all the green stuff you can see is mostly broad beans rather than broad beans and weeds. So that's it. As I said before, if you have been, thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care now. Bye bye.